Have you ever faced the task of making sure your dad has a great time in Paris? We had this task and we want to show you and give you a little bit of tips on how we did it. So, let's go! So, my dad is a very big in my life. He's been very important here.
Is he fat?
He's not that big in that sense. He's a little bit, but not too much. However, he did give me life. He gave me a very nice, education and everything. So I want to make sure he has a great time here. Now he's 70 years old. So there's 3 things to consider. First of all, lifestyle. Mexicans, we don't do a lot of walking. We don't really have that, effortless walking stuff. So I want to make sure it's easy to get to the places we need to go. Then how long will he be here for? Because if we have 3 days, then we'll have to go too fast. So I recommend at least a week or 2. And third of all, I want to make sure he has a good time. So ask him what he wants to see. With all this information, we prepared a nice trip and we want you to come with us to see. So, obviously the first thing we did was the Eiffel Tower. At day it's very cool to see the city, but at night you get the real City of Light spectacle. Plus, we tried to go to the top of the tower and bought some macarons that we enjoyed together. And you can see him, he already enjoyed them all. He really liked this, even though he was a bit afraid of the height. I was too, to be honest. It's really high and it's very impressive. You can see the whole city here. And they have comparisons against which buildings or the building's height with the others in other countries. And this was our first memory together. You can see the pictures here. And after a very good moment here together, we decided that it was time to go get some fuel back. And I took him to my favorite restaurant. And it's called San Antonio in the 4th district. It's very good, very tasty, and not really pricey. And after a very good meal, it was time to go home and show the cat to my dad. Good night. And second day, so this is Saturday, and we decided to visit the Museum of Orsay, which, as you can see, it's very beautiful. You can see the building and the ceiling there, it's amazing. And this was a previously used station and it was turned into a museum. It's a museum that holds a lot of statues, a lot of incredibly detailed art, paintings, and even to see Van Gogh pictures. You can see the detail here, and it's a huge village. You can spend here for 4 hours, and what I did is I found my personal favorite, which is the Holy Lemon. And after this, I took my dad to a Venezuelan place where they sell arepas, and it's basically also not expensive food, very good and very filling. This place is called Ají Dulce and it's very good. I really recommend it. And time again to see Luna. On the third day, we decided to go to Versailles. You can see this huge park, huge garden. It's just incredible. Everyone is taking pictures, and you can go and you get to see how they used to live very lavishly. Probably at the cost of the people, but let's not talk about that. And I haven't mentioned this one, my dad has been taking this as a hero. He's been walking like at least 12,000 steps every day, and so far so good. So here we are all together, and we got to see also myself when I was a kid, sleeping. After this, I have to say it's birthday time. I turned 31 with Masha, my brother, and my dad by my side. We went to this great restaurant called Lille. It's a little bit pricey for Paris, but it is worth it if you go for the main dishes. After a nice ambience, a heated debate on left versus right, appeased by a great dessert, we had a good time, and my dad had a good rest from all the walking. You can see him, he's been trying some French wine, as he should. There's also some octopus here, it's really amazing. I cannot complain about the food, and especially this.
Cumpleaños feliz, cumpleaños feliz, Davidcito.
And last but not least, we decided to go to the Louvre. This museum is so big that you probably need about 3 days to really appreciate it. As much as you like art, there is so much that after 4 or 5 hours, it's hard to continue enjoying the vastness of the museum. So here we got to see amazing architecture, very good pictures, lots of people, and of course you get to see the Gioconda. After an amazing week in Paris, we decided to show my dad also the medieval Prague, because that's where my brother lives, so he turned to the host there to host us. So my dad has been done 12,000 steps for the last 3 or 4 days, so now he's used to it, but he still is a bit like a cat, because if he finds somewhere he can sit, he will do it for 5 or 10 minutes, which is good. That way he recovers and we can move on.
Vieni via di qui. Niente più ti lega a questi luoghi, neanche questi fiori azzurri. Via, via.
In the first day of arrival, we took my dad to the center of the city.
Pieno di musiche e di uomini che ti
In the city center, we have the world-famous and kinda small astrological clock. This place is so beautiful that almost any picture you take will look splendid. Which is the last that we saw before going to a restaurant to try the local specialty pork's knee, which is so fat but so good. It's usually joined by pickles and some sauces. It is a killer for the stomach, but so worth it. Then we took my dad to do a little hike in order to reach the castle on the top of the mountain. Some 200 meters of stairs where he proved us that he was getting used to walking. It was really great.
Non perderti per niente al mondo lo spettacolo d'arte varia di uno innamorato di te. It's wonderful, it's wonderful, it's wonderful.
After resting a little bit, wait for it, and just look at this. How long did it take to build this? It is just impressive. If their intention was to show off power and money, they did it very appropriately. My dad was a bit tired, so we suggested that we had to go eat after seeing this, as nothing else would look good compared to this. But boy, we were wrong. We found the best pork knee in the city. It is called kolena, I hope I pronounced that right, in Prague 4. You need to reserve as it's relatively small and tables are full on the weekends. And the next day we took my dad to the Charles V Bridge. Here you can see the whole city, and you get Castlevania vibes from the bridge and the castle. It really feels like many tales could be inspired from this bridge.
It's wonderful, it's wonderful, it's wonderful. Good luck, my baby.
Another important recommendation, and this is what we like. If you can get to Costa Coffee, please do. It is a franchise, but in Prague is way too good. Their coffee is good and huge. It is the size of the palm of my hand. And their desserts are great too. Especially compared to the price, you get a good deal and get fuel for the day.
Entra in questo amore buio, non perderti per niente al mondo. Via, via. Non perderti
And so, this is the end of the
per
European
mondo.
trip for my dad. I want to say that I think he had a very good time. I also felt very good. It was like so nice to be like a family together. It was Masha, my dad, my brother, and Luna, of course, we can't forget the cat. And the objective was done. He seemed to be very happy with the trip. We make him walk a lot more than he thought he would, but much less than he should have, because it was still quite easy on him. And we managed to show him all the main touristic places in Paris. So I will say, please don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of our content, and let's enjoy life.